Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're gonna update our altcoin daily update, and then we're gonna start off with Cardona, right? As you can see on the screen, right, our target for Cardona was just 1897, right? 1897. Cardona just hit a 1944, right? So it is pretty accurate. If you've been following me since like late January, you know, I was extremely bullish about Cardona after we got this sell off to the downside. You know, just like I played out BTC, right? I said Cardona gonna make this 3 down and, you know, another 3 up, a 1-to-1 extension, right? But after we completed a 1-to-1 extension, I never said it on my altcoin daily update, but my target was initially a 1.618 extension, right? You take a look at 1.618 extension exactly at, you know, almost like it was 1897. It just depends like how you draw your extension tool, right? 1897 exactly. You know, we hit a 1944 exactly at 1897, right? You take a look at it, just about this area, 1.618 extension. It is pretty accurate, man. Cardona pretty bullish. As soon as we got to this area of a neckline, I said the only thing Cardona needed was just a volume, right? Look at the volume. Like as soon as I said it, just about this area, right? As soon as we got to this area, I said Cardona gonna move couple more sideways, sideways just for a couple more days before it pushed to the upside. 1-to-1 extension. We got to a 1-to-1 extension. Gotta, you know, take a break. 1.618 extension. Volume is looking great. So usually like Cardona don't get like a big volume like a 3 to 4 more consecutive days, so we could be expecting like at least a sell off, like at least a red day, like a bearish day the next couple of days, right? Because last time you got like a 5 bullish candle for Cardona was like late December, so we're just gonna have to wait and see if Cardano gonna take a break, at least like a move sideways before another push to the upside and complete like the another 1-to-1 extension. So, but Cardano is pretty bullish. Keep an eye on Cardano. I've been talking about Cardano since Cardano was just about like almost like let's see, just about like 1,000 sats, right? We almost like 2,000 sats. You know, that's like 2x just versus BTC, and BTC is, you know, 25%. You know, 30% up since I started you know, covering Cardano, right? So next coin we're going to talk about is XLM. When you take a look at XLM, Bitcoin like made a big run up to the upside, made a big push to the upside. So XLM is suffering right now, right? We got a big support just about this area of 50 EMA. So you could be expecting like as soon as we get back, we jump back, you know, above this area of 50 EMA, XLM gonna actually turn very bullish, right? Nice flag, right? Very nice flag. So double bottom just about this area of 50 EMA, no volume, so I'm pretty safe, right? I said it when XLM was just about this area. I said XLM was the safest coin to buy for the spring bull run, right? So I'm saying it again, right? XLM going to be the safest coin to be buying for the rest of the market, right? For the rest of the bull market, right? So you take a look at it, buy selling pressure is declining. Most likely this one was a final selling pressure, and because you know, Bitcoin was going up, so this candle is irrelevant. Bitcoin was going up, so XLM has to go down. Some of the alts, they're gonna go down regardless, right? Some of them, not all of them. So you see, like, you know, as soon as you get a you know, the lowest selling pressure, you know, buying pressure was increasing, all of a sudden, you know, Bitcoin went up, so you know, XLM is suffering. But XLM is pretty bullish. Just you can expect like a 1-to-1 extension just about this area, right? A 1-to-1 extension, and then once we complete that 1-to-1 extension, I'm gonna cover the price, right? 1-to-1 extension just about this area. So you could be looking at XLM going like to 3,000, right? And 3,000 is nothing but like what? December high, right? December 2018 high, right? Because XLM was just about 3,000 back in mid-December, late December. So it's nothing but, you know, another like what, almost like 50%, right? 40%, something like that, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Just about 30%, right? Another 30% move from the current price, right? So And if BTC like keep going up like to 6,000, 6,500, you know, that's almost like another, you know, 50% on the dollar value, right, for XLM, going back like to 17 or 20 cents, right, something like that. So next coin we're gonna take a look at is Ripple. When you take a look at Ripple, as I previously said, right, if Ripple wants to be bearish, decides to be bearish, it's gonna get us big support just about this area of 6,500 to 7,000. So you take a look at it, we came back down to just about like 6,700, right, 6,600, right, 6,700, right, just about this area. So I'm not sure if you've been following me. If you never followed me, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can get these updates, right? Because it is pretty important. Ripple XRP is about to be #1 very shortly. I said it on my Bitcoin update. Ripple XRP is going to be #1 very shortly, right? So remember that. So today's date is just about not April 4th, but April 3rd, right? So 4/3/19. So we got a big push to the upside, a very bearish crossover, right? Low volume, big inverted head and shoulder, beautiful neckline. All I'm looking for Ripple to do, right? Just a 3-way up, just about this area, right? I'm looking for BTC, versus BTC, right? Ripple to get back to this area. So it is holding pretty strong, right? Only like 10% down versus BTC the last 3 days, right? So it's not bad. 10%. Some alt are like 25% down versus BTC. So the dollar value of a Ripple is almost like 40 cents, right? Which is like 50% of the previous high, and then it's like extremely bearish versus BTC. So you gotta keep that in mind, right? But Ripple XRP, I'm gonna make a special video about like why Ripple XRP gonna be very shortly. Excuse me, why Ripple XRP gonna make a I'm gonna make a video about why Ripple XRP gonna be very shortly #1, right? So, but keep an eye on Ripple. Big area to be accumulating, 6,500 to 7,000. Most likely, you know, you're not gonna see these prices like versus BTC like for a very long time, right? After we get back to this area of neckline, we're going straight like past a all-time high of let's see, just about like 22,000, right? So just about 22,000. So you're looking at another almost like 250% move versus BTC, right? It is pretty. It's going to be very incredible, right? So you're looking at Ripple XRP going 3x, right, versus BTC. So next coin we're going to talk about is Nano. When you take a look at Nano made a nice breakout, right, to the upside, right? So it's kind of look like Dash now. So, but I'm not sure if Nano gonna make a flag, because it was looking strong yesterday. All of a sudden, you know, BTC got back to a better strength, and Nano is looking weak, right? So, but Nano, if you pay a clear attention, right, we just coming back to retest this area of a previous high, just about this area. So this area of resistance, that's all Nano is doing. So I'm expecting like Nano to get back, you know, to its trend and get more volume. So this is the biggest volume for Nano like the last, let's see, almost like the last 6 months, right? So it is pretty incredible. So we could be expecting Nano at least to retest this area of you know, 55,000, right? 55,000 sats. So you're looking at another like 130% move versus BTC. So it is pretty incredible, man. This spring 2019 gonna be like even better than you know, December 2017, even like fall 2017, like October to December 2017. So you just gotta know like how to read the market, and then you know, not to make mistakes, you know, we made like back in 2017. So back in 17, you gotta understand like most people were trading versus US dollar, and then they weren't looking at like the BTC value of most of these coins. So and then you can make a killer, you know, if you pay attention to the market and then know like which coin is, you know, going up and which coin, you know, is going down next, right? So next coin we're going to take a look at is LITECOIN. When you take a look at LITECOIN is getting like a very big volume. Like I said, right, as soon as we break this area of volume profile, just about this area, LITECOIN gonna go crazy. That's what I was looking for LITECOIN to do. We did that exactly, right? We break this area with a big volume. That's the biggest volume since we got this big pump just about like first week of February. So you can expect like at least LITECOIN to you know, slowly start like moving sideways before you know another move to the upside. I think like LITECOIN going back to all-time high versus BTC, right? I said it like when LITECOIN was 60% away, 66% away from all-time high. I said it. I said it, right? And then most people, you know, probably didn't believe like LITECOIN is going back to all-time high versus BTC. Like just like I said about XRP about to go back to all-time high versus BTC very shortly. So yeah, you just gotta think about it, right? Volume cannot be increasing forever. So what I'm looking for LITECOIN to do, the volume to decrease, right? People are gonna take their LITECOIN and then they're gonna put it into XRP, right? And then LITECOIN gonna be moving sideways very shortly. So, but $100 LITECOIN, I mean, it is pretty incredible, right? 5x in like 4 months. So $22 to like almost over $100. So, and then versus BTC, LITECOIN is like, let's see, like like almost 200% versus BTC since like first week of December, right? December 6th, right? So most likely like April 6th, LITECOIN gonna, you know, start like to cool off and move sideways for a couple more days. You know, XRP gonna take over, and you know, Ethereum, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. When you take a look at Ethereum, Ethereum is pretty much like being on a sideways correction, just like AION, right? AION is making the same type of move, and then AION just like pushed to the upside. So Ethereum got a big dump just about this area when Bitcoin started like to push to the upside. Ethereum just like made a big dump to the downside, right? So with a big volume, right? So you got to think about it, right? All this volume is just going into like a LITECOIN, so it's gonna come back down. So just watch very shortly. Just watch very shortly, right? How Ethereum gonna be making a big move to the upside. What I'm expecting from Ethereum, right? I'm not even expecting a one-to-one extension anymore because of the market is so bullish. I'm expecting a one-to-one extension from this end, right? The previous rejection, right? To that rejection. So what I'm expecting from Ethereum is I'm expecting Ethereum to go back to just about August high, right? Like first week of August. So you would be looking at from this price, right? Another 70% move versus BTC, right? So the current price of Ethereum, I think it's like 160, 170. I don't even know because I don't look at like, you know, US dollar. Most of the coin, I don't look at the USD dollar. So you would be looking at like, you know, Ethereum at least like a $350 to $400 very shortly, going back to August high. So keep an eye on Ethereum. The selling pressure is increasing. You can see, you know, all of a sudden the selling pressure is increasing. As soon as you get like as soon as we receive a big, you know, volume versus BTC, like Ethereum 5-10%, you know, you can expect like, you know, Ethereum to be on a massive bull run very shortly. Next coin we're going to take a look at is NEO. When you take a look at NEO and Ethereum, they kind of look alike, right? So, you know, just watch for NEO. The type of pattern NEO going to make is going to be the same pattern Ethereum going to be making, right? And what I'm expecting from NEO is the same thing I'm expecting from Ethereum, right? A one-to-one extension from this area of neck. So you got to think about it, right? BTC made a inverted head and shoulder, right? But most of these alt, they didn't make an inverted head and shoulder because they weren't following BTC, you know, as a one-to-one downtrend, right? So, but what I'm expecting, I'm still expecting a one-to-one extension from this point to that point, just like I expected from BTC, right? So it's not an inverted head and shoulder, but I'm expecting a one-to-one extension from this point to that point. So you could be expecting like, you know, NEO to go back to, let's see, just about September high, right, which is another 30% versus BTC. It could be higher, but we just have to hit our target first of all, which is just about like 350,000 sats, 340,000 sats, right? If you're looking at NEO from Binance, just 34.38, just about 34.38, right? We just got a big volume, so I would be expecting like at least ontology to be moving sideways, because most of the time, like I said it, like you see this big selling pressure just about like February 22nd, 23rd, when NEO received this big selling pressure, ontology went up like almost 3x. So I haven't seen like the chart of I haven't taken a look at the chart of ontology, but most likely ontology is either getting some selling pressure or moving sideways. So keep an eye on NEO, right? The current price on NEO versus dollar, US dollar, is like versus the US dollar is like I think $13 or something like that. So you can expect at least like NEO to go back like to $25, $22 to $25, since like it hasn't done anything versus BTC, just been moving sideways. Like since like NEO was like $8 to $13, right? NEO been like moving sideways, right, versus BTC. So and BTC just keep going up and carrying NEO price of US dollar. So you have to understand that, right? So NEO hasn't done anything. It's just because BTC is up. That's why NEO is $13. So, but if NEO is up versus BTC, most likely NEO can break $20 very shortly. And then you have to keep in mind also the ratio of NEO and Litecoin is so high right now. NEO is almost like 1/6 to 1/7 of Litecoin. So it is very high. So that ratio has to decrease, and NEO has to like decrease it to at least like 1/4. You're looking at $25 because Litecoin is almost $100, right? So keep an eye on NEO like going like 100% in dollar value, and then at least like 30 to 40% versus BTC, right? At least 30 to 40% versus BTC. So next coin we're gonna take a look at is ICX. When you take a look at ICX, same setup, nice bull flag, a push to the upside, came back down, retest this area of a 50 EMA, right? The crossover going to be completed. I'm not even worried. It's just a matter of like when BTC starts to cool down, right? As soon as BTC starts to cool down, most likely ICX gonna push to the upside, right? So expect like ICX also a 1-to-1 extension. A 1-to-1 extension, no ABC, no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just expect a 1-to-1 extension from this point to that point. So I don't want to spend like too much time. Like you see, a 1-to-1 extension exactly going to take you to the previous high, just about August, late August, right? So you don't need to do any 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You already got your 5 wave, a pullback. ABC pullback, another 5 wave, but it's easier just to get your 1-to-1 extension. Expect trade all these altcoins like you're trading a BTC, right? A 1-to-1 extension to the upside. So because most likely BTC gonna lose some of its like a dominance. BTC dominance definitely gonna go back right down. Like I think right now BTC dominance most likely like 56, something like that. So it's gonna go down like to like a 50%, right? Something like that, to 48, just like the last bull run when BTC dominance went down like to like below 30%. So, and then you got to think about it, right? This bull run, the total market cap is just about 150 to 160, right? And then the market is looking so bullish, like we've been like when the total market cap was like 400 billion, 600 billion back in December. So can you imagine if the total market cap get back to 600 billion, 700 billion, all these coins gonna be going crazy. So it is a great time to be to even get to make your portfolio go back to all-time high if you read the market correctly. You just have to be able to read the market correctly, because you got to think about it, right? If you double your portfolio twice, like you got $1, right? You double it twice, right? Times 2, right? That'll give you 4, right? So all you need, right? Once you double your portfolio twice, right? That'll give you 4. So in order to increase 1x your portfolio, right, you only need to go up like 25%, right? You just have to make another trade of 25% to go 5x. After that trade, right, you got 5. So you 5x your portfolio. So what do you need next to 6x your portfolio? Just 20%, right? The next trade, you just got to make sure to make a 20% trade, right? So to 6x your portfolio, right? And then what do you need next? You only need about 16% to 7x your portfolio. So the hardest thing is just to 4x your portfolio. So, and you can 4x your portfolio just about like this April. Once you 4x your portfolio, most likely in May, before June, you can like 6-7x your portfolio. So I don't know if you understand what I mean, but you know, you can just replay this video. You know, I don't want to make this video too long, so you can replay this video to get the point, right? So basically, you double your portfolio twice. That's 4x. After that, in order to add another x to your portfolio, you just have to, you know, make a 25% move. Not 25, yeah, 25% trade. That's it. One trade, 25%. If the market is bullish, you can get 25% like in, you know, in less than 12 hours. You just gotta find the right coin to be able to make that move. So next coin we're gonna take a look at is WANCHAIN. When you take a look at WANCHAIN and ICX, I keep saying it, they got the same pattern, but you also got to keep that in mind, right? This pattern right here is just a repetition of BTC, and not BTC, but Ethereum and NEO. That's the same pattern. So that's the same exact pattern. So Ethereum made this move to the upside, came back down this area, right? That was the first move, right? Back in December and January, and then Ethereum came back just about this area, right, and moving sideways. That's the same exact move, but I don't think like WANCHAIN gonna make this move because the market is so bullish, but it could, right? Since WANCHAIN already like made a 7, let me see, that's like 80% move to the upside, right, versus BTC. So you could expect also WANCHAIN to be making this move, right, just like Ethereum, right? That move and that move. As soon as Ethereum and NEO finish up, they move to the upside, WANCHAIN and ICX could be like going crazy also. So but we're just gonna have to wait and see how WANCHAIN gonna be, if WANCHAIN gonna be able to break this area first of all, right? If it doesn't break this area, we could be expecting WANCHAIN to make another flight just about this area. So but we're just gonna have to wait and see, right, how BTC going to be structuring, because BTC could be going like to 7,000 very shortly. So all right, so next coin we're gonna take a look at is Monero. When you take a look at Monero came back down to this area of 50 MA. If you pay clear attention, right, this 50 MA is pretty aggressive, right? So I said it in you know, most of my videos, most people are not in crypto. You gotta pay 50 and 100 MA. So I don't care if you like the 200 or, you know, 150 or, you know, any other moving average, but the 50 and then 100 EMA coupled with your volume and your RSI is going to take you a long way in crypto. That's all you need. That's all you can, you know, volume, RSI, 50, 100, you know, and know how to read the market if it works for you, right? So if it doesn't, you have to find your own edge. But Monero is looking beautiful, right? I said it previously, Monero is looking beautiful, right? It pushed to the upside, come back down and retest this area of the previous trend line. I said it, right? Push to the upside, maybe coming back down to retest this area. And the only reason Monero came back down to retest it is because Bitcoin is bullish. So if Bitcoin start making a flag, to start making a flag just like that, expect like Monero to go like let's see, just a 1-to-1 extension, just this area, right? Just this area, very aggressive extension. So very aggressive. So you can expect like Monero at least to challenge the previous bottom, just about this area, right? Just about this area. So it's gonna get some challenge just about this area. So you would be looking at Monero going back, let's see, from the current price of Monero. It's not even much, it's only 20% move to the upside, right? So but it's just to be conservative, right? So just to be conservative. The reason why I said like an altcoin gonna be going crazy, because most of these alt They're not even like, Monero hasn't done anything, hasn't done anything, right, since like what, September or August, right? Just been moving to the downside, big accumulation move. So you can expect like Monero at least to dominate this summer. If not this spring, you can expect like Monero to at least go back like to a July high, right? Just like Litecoin, EOS, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at EOS. When you take a look at EOS, right, I said it previously, right, this move right here and that move is the same exact move, right? And EOS, you know, didn't even come back down, retest, like it did come back down and retest this area of 50 EMA, like I said right on my previous video, because I didn't like the way EOS was sitting down just about this area. I said EOS gonna come back down. I was thinking like it's gonna make a flag, right? That's why I drew this this flag just about this area, right? So it didn't make a flag, but it came back, retest the 50. You can see just about this area. Let me take this off. So I said like I wasn't comfortable the way it was sitting just about this area, but because of Bitcoin going bullish, you know, EOS decided to, you know, get a big sell off to this area, but big rejection, right? Big rejection. So you can expect at least EOS on a dollar value, like $7 to $8 very shortly. As soon as we break this area, right? As soon as we break this area, I'm expecting a 1-to-1 extension, just like I said, right? But with EOS, I'm gonna be very conservative. I'm gonna expect this 1-to-1 extension, right? Just about this area, very shortly, right? This spring. So, but that's only 50%, right? So that's nothing, right? That would take like EOS to like 750 if BTC remained at, you know, $5. I mean, not $5, 5,000, right? So keep an eye on EOS. It's pretty very bullish, right? Very bullish. Doesn't have any area of resistance. The only area of resistance is just about this area. I don't think these are area of resistance. They just like a selling pressure to the downside. You know, coming back down, take a pause, come back down, take a pause, come back down. So no sell, no resistance at all, right? So if EOS decide to be very aggressive, it could like go 100% versus, you know, BTC. You take a look at it, you know, going back to all-time high, like April high, April 2018, right? So that's 125% versus BTC. So if BTC remains at 5K, EOS just gonna be $12. So it's not like a big deal. So $5 to $12, it's not a big deal. EOS did it last year from 350 to like a 23. So it can repeat it again. So just gotta keep an eye on all these coins. Most of them, they're gonna go back to all-time high, just like a BNB, Chainlink. Let me see. I think Tron about to go back to all-time high very shortly. You know, let me see again. Ripple XRP also about to go back to all-time high. So let's go ahead and take a look at gas. When you take a look at gas, Neo Gas it seems like it's making a bottom formation. I'm still confused by, you know, why Neo Gas is not going up for some reason, right? So, but it doesn't have a lot of volume. So, but you take a look at it, right? We got the same pattern left and right. This pattern just about this area. This pattern right here, it's the same pattern you got just about this area. So you just have to visualize it. So it's the same exact pattern. So you can just expect like Neo Gas to replicate this move to the upside, but I don't know at what point it's gonna start like pushing to the upside. But since we got a nice crossover, right? It's not nice, it's slow, but it is going to be very explosive. But as not like we push to the upside, it is going to be like a very explosive move to the upside, right? So I would be expecting, at least for the short term, Neo Gas to replicate this move, right? So let's say it's going to replicate it from this area of you know, previous resistance, just about this area, right? So you would be expecting like Neo Gas to go back like to like almost like let's see, that's another 60% move, 75% move to the, you know, to the upside, right? Going back to like September high, right? So it is pretty acceptable, right, for Ripple, not Ripple, but NEO gas to make a 75% move. It is very usual, so it's not something unusual for gas to make this a big move to the upside. So I'm keeping an eye on gas very carefully, because I know as gas break this area, that's it, man. It's gonna make a very quick move to the upside, especially after NEO make a big move to the upside. All that volume gonna gas gonna get some of that volume, just like this. Even if you go back and check probably like a NEO, like on the 19th, NEO probably made a big sell-off, got a big sell-off before gas get this big bump to the upside, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Zcash, right, and Tron. When you take a look at Zcash, I'm still bullish about Zcash. After we got this bottom formation, push to the upside, got multiple rejection above this area of 100 EMA, got a big support from this area of 50 EMA, right? We haven't been closing since, like, let's see, mid-March, right, below this area of 50 EMA, right? So even like when BTC got that aggressive move, Zcash is holding strong, right? Big support, right? Big support just about this area. These are two trend lines, right? So it is pretty significant. It is pretty significant to pay attention to Zcash, right? Very shortly, I think, like, as soon as BTC cools down, most likely Zcash gonna get a big volume, right? I'm expecting this type of volume, but pretty consistent, right? Like a 2 or 3 days. So, but Zcash hasn't been bullish, like, get this type of volume like for so long, right? Let's see. That's the first time right here, and that's the second time. So during this bull market, we could be expecting like Zcash to get like massive volume. So you take a look at it, Zcash doesn't like get a lot of volume most of the time, right? So this type of volume. So, but when it does, it's just gonna go crazy, like for 2 or 3 days. So as soon as you see Zcash volume like amplifying, just keep an eye on it, right? So Zcash doesn't get a lot of volume. Even like back in like December 17, the volume was, it was pretty big though. So, but when it gets like a lot of volume, it can go crazy. So just keep an eye on Zcash, at least for the short term. All right, next coin we're gonna take a look at is Tron. When you take a look at Tron is suffering a lot as BTC is going up, right? Tron is just benefiting from the fact that BTC is going in dollar value. Of course, BTC only goes in dollar value, but Tron is just benefiting from the fact that BTC is going up. But in fact, Tron is not going up itself, right? It's bearish. So as I previously like mentioned, I wanted Tron to get into this box, but Tron couldn't like stay within this box. So most likely we're gonna get a crossover. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. The selling pressure is increasing, right? So even though like the dollar value of Tron is increasing, but versus BTC, the selling pressure is increasing, right? So we're just gonna have to wait and see the next couple of days how Tron gonna be able to handle this area, right? So I want to see Tron make like a big reversal. Otherwise, it's gonna be very nasty. Once we get a clean crossover, it's not going to be good for Tron, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the Fibonacci. Okay, we just broke this area of we haven't broken it yet. Let's see. Yeah, we're still at the same area, but we broke this area of a trend line, but we could be closing above this trend line. Hopefully Tron will be able to close above this trend line. Like, even if it closes below this trend line, I don't want to see Tron like close like 2 consecutive days below this trend line, right? So we're just gonna have to wait and see. At the same time, we still away from this area of 0.786. So even if we drop to this area, we got a big support from 0.618, right? That was my initial target, like, but since Tron was holding strong, I was like, Tron gonna reverse from this area of 550 to 570. But every time we get back to 600 sats, 621, we get a big rejection. Every time we get to that area, we get a big rejection. But finally, we're gonna get to that point. It's just a matter of time. But let's just wait and see if BTC gonna make a flag. as soon as BTC make this flag, we're gonna see how Tron gonna be handling the this flag, right? Because if it doesn't like make a move after BTC starts moving sideways, it's not going to be a good thing. It's not going to be a good sign at all. So, but it is holding strong like versus BTC. It's not like it's 15 to 20% down. I think like it's only down 5-7%. I'm not even sure, but I think it's down like 5%, something like that. So, all right, that's about it for today. Let me know what you think down below the comment section. I'm gonna update the price tomorrow, and then as soon as Neo start going crazy, and then Ethereum probably also, and then I'm gonna make a special video just about XRP and why XRP gonna be #1 very shortly in 2019, right? So thank you for watching.